Hi, I'm Terry Brock, and welcome to South Beach here in Miami. Well, actually just outside Miami, and here with a great time near Lario's on the Beach, Gloria Stefan's restaurant. We're having a great time, and I'm joined by my buddy and world-famous speaker, trainer, Bob Burg. Bob, thanks for being with us.
Terry, always great to be with you.
Bob, I want to ask you, you are very successful. You see a lot of people achieving today, and I know you also believe strongly in the concept of liberty. How does that liberty correlate with achieving and being successful?
Well, in any country in which it is mostly free, in which there's a high degree of liberty, people are more successful as a whole. Abundance increases to the degree that people are allowed to be free. And you can compare countries in which everything about them is very similar other than their degree of liberty or lack of liberty.
Yeah.
For example, you take countries like North Korea and South Korea. Same ethnicity, same language, same geographic location, and yet all that divides them is a wall of freedom and liberty. South Korea, mostly free, much more abundant. North Korea, people just, don't live in a good way.
Yeah,
but
not exactly a tourist mecca paradise there.
Exactly, and you can go through, I could take you through many countries in which this is the case. Probably one of the best known cases, what was known as the Grand Experiment in reverse, in a sense, because it happened afterwards, was East Germany and West Germany.
Yeah.
When the wall finally came crumbling down, the world was astounded to see how horrible life was for people in East Germany and how abundant it was for West Germany, where it was mostly free.
Yeah.
Liberty is so important, Terry, and liberty can simply be defined as the right to live one's life however they see fit, providing they don't infringe upon the rights of anyone else to do the same.
Yeah, you're right, because I've tried to ask people about that philosophy worldwide. Say, what do you think about this? Do whatever you want to do. Use your imagination, anything, as long as you accept responsibility for your actions and you do not harm another person.
Right.
You make sure of that. People agree with that. Well, now let's bring that into the real world. People that are watching this are working hard. They're trying to get ahead. How can we use that philosophy to get ahead in the business world, in commerce, to succeed?
Well, to the degree people are allowed to be free, people exchange value for value. Some people do this as entrepreneurs. They create or they represent a product or a service. And to the degree that they can provide value to someone else, that person's going to exchange their money for that. Now that person who has this business is going to be able to afford to have more people come in, afford more research and development, afford more, and although people sort of laugh at it and don't like to admit it works, trickle down really does, so long as government is not involved in trying to make it happen. And that's the key. See, there's a big misunderstanding these days in which people think of capitalism as being what really is corporatism, which is when government gets together with big businesses, and that's what creates the unlevel playing field.
Exactly, because a lot of people, we have to agree with them. They are against the crony capitalism.
Sure.
And government giving money to big corporations and helping them along, where that is not really capitalism.
No.
It's a whole different concept.
Well, here's the thing. Crony capitalism is to capitalism what Chinese checkers is to checkers.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with it. And that's why I like to use the word corporatism and any kind of special interest. It's not just the big businesses, it's any kind of special interest. When government, to the degree government gets out of the way and does what their legitimate constitutional functions, protect the citizenry from force and fraud, what they do is by getting out of the way, they can create an environment where people are free to thrive. And when they let that happen, just protecting against force and fraud, of course, great things happen, and great things can continue to happen.
Absolutely. Bob, one of the things I love about what you do in your books, the go-giver, you talk about people that are not just go-getter and getting things, but go-giving. I love your books. I've read them. They're fabulous. And I know if you're watching this and you want to weigh practical, serious ways you can get ahead, you need to get in Bob's book. Bob, how can someone get in touch with you? They say, okay, I'm interested. Where do they go to find out about you?
They can go to www.burg.com. They can download
Spell that for us, please.
burg.com. And while they're there, they can look around, they can check out the blog posts, connect with me on social media, and they can download chapters 1 of several of my books, Endless Referrals, and then my series of books I've written with the great John David Mann, The Go-Giver, Go-Givers Sell More, and the new one, It's Not About You.
Excellent. Bob, always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, Terry.